Yo, yo, yo. Hello, everybody. One Piece chapter 1069 is already out by OP Scans. This is a crazy early drop. I had no idea they dropped this early. In fact, they didn't even tweet about it, which is kind of crazy. I just seen people start to talk about the chapter that it had already gotten released. And I checked their Twitter and there was nothing tweeted about the chapter being done. The last thing that they tweeted was that they were starting it, but then I checked their website and it's already out. I've pinned the Discord invite. If you want to go check out the chapter, I posted it in the Discord because I knew people would be asking. Yeah, it's early as fuck, people, and I am hyped because like after where we left off last chapter, with Luffy and Rob Lucci ready to go, and the discourse that followed, I am so ready to see what plays out in this chapter. I just hope that we actually get it going down, and we don't get teased, and it's not like a quick little skirmish, and we just go off, right? Because I want to see this debate put to an end, because the people are gassing up Rob Lucci too much, man. Am I crazy? Am I out of my head? Rob Lucci? This is Luffy. He just defeated Kaido. What are we talking about, man? If this could look terrible for me for all this trash I'm talking right now. Okay? But I have just like I just cannot believe, like, I think it would look so bad for Luffy after he just went through that war with Kaido. For him to even struggle with Rob Lucci in any way, it would just look silly to me. Like, I think that's just silly. I don't get the narrative behind it. But the people have been gassing up Rob Lucci. And listen, I don't hate Rob Lucci. Luffy versus Lucci is one of my favorite fights in the story. All right. I think Lucci has potential to be like a commander level type of dude, you know, who's who. We know he was at the top of the Toby Roppo ladder, and he was a former CP agent as well. So wouldn't surprise me if Rob Lucci is a monster that's like Yonko commander level, which is like, hey, that's nothing to sleep on. Those guys have like 1 billion berry bounties, right? Those guys are super strong. But Luffy, there's levels to this, people. There's levels to this. Luffy should be clearly above Rob Lucci. I hope we get that in this chapter. So that's why I'm so stoked that this chapter has dropped so early. I don't know why they didn't even tweet it out. I just happened to find it because I saw Gio tweeted on Twitter that he was going to read OP Scans. I was like, what, is it out already? Okay, let me go check. And then I checked it and it's already out. And then I also looked at the quality a little bit, kind of just quickly scrolled through. It looks like everything's the same quality. It's not like worse quality. Hopefully the translations are okay, because I know it's a little bit shaky. That's why usually I wait a day for them to fix anything if needed. But I need to see the action in this chapter. So I'm not going to wait much longer here. I'm going to jump right in. But how's everybody doing? I see a lot of hype in the chapter. Let's go, OP Scans. We're doing. People asking, come on, people. It's literally pinned to the top of the comments. Okay, I don't want to see 100 different comments once again asking, oh, where's the chapter? Where do I find the chapter? Look at the pinned comments. I literally pinned it this time, man. Read. Read or do your Googling, man. We're not doing that, okay? Anybody spamming, where's the chapter? You're getting muted, okay? We're not here for that. Use your brain for 2 seconds. It's pinned. There we go. All right, let them know. Without further ado, though, let's get into this chapter. One Piece chapter 1069. It is titled, The Desire of All Things Are Born to This World. I have no idea what that could be referring to. Doesn't sound like anything Lucci related. So I'm guessing that's probably related to Vegapunk or something. Also, the Kuma stuff, I'm guessing he's on his way to Egghead, and we're going to get that backstory, but I'm not sure we'll get that in this chapter. Germa 66, we're continuing with this. Okay, we have a Mads ship presented by Lufel. Oh, okay. Are we getting like a Mads flashback? Is that what's going on here? Lone Shark King Dufeld. Wait, no, Dufeld is part of the underworld. Huh. Wait, why does he have a Mads ship? I'm so confused. Dufeld's charitable work, the Research Institute of Peace. Mads. I'm guessing this is flashing back, because Dufeld, if I remember correctly, he's supposed to be like, didn't he get crushed by the cake and like blew up with a Tamatebako? So I'm guessing, yeah, it says presented by Dufeld. So I'm guessing like this is just gonna be a flashback of the Mads, because that's what, you know, we were heading towards in the last page of the cover story. We'll find out once we read TCB when that comes out and the official and stuff like that for sure. But it looks like we're heading towards a flashback, which I'm excited because I said last chapter, timeline wise, like Caesar was a little kid when he was with Mads. I want to see how Vegapunk was working with all of these guys and, you know, Judge and all of that. And I'm sure that's also going to be relevant in the Egghead arc with Vegapunk and Sanji and all of that. But let's get into this chapter. Let's see if we actually get this fight going down. Yeah, okay, people are running away. Widespread disturbance on Egghead. Master Atlas was defeated. Okay, so yeah, Atlas got wiped out. We saw Luffy and Lucci saw each other last chapter. Each had a reaction. Let's see how this goes down, though. Intruders. Why are the Cypher Pole causing a ruckus here? Okay, you got Jinbei there, one of the Seraphim. Chopper looking at him. Bonnie just getting carried by that shot, though. Oda is on some different type of time with Egghead, man. He's been on horn dog time. I'm not mad at it. Wow, Rob Lucci. Those guys are really going after Vegapunk? Why are you here, pigeon guy? Look, he's not even taking them seriously, man. I'm surprised. Like, Lucci needs to realize the levels to this. Okay? I can't believe how much this guy has been fakely built up by the community this past week. This is a government island, you know. Cool. Well, you should know that he's a motherfucking Yonko now, all right? Like, oh, that's right. Hold on, this music doesn't fit. Let me change this up. Let me change up this music real quick. This shit. Here we go. Oh, that's right. It's us being here. That's weird. Let's hurry up and escape to the top, Luffy. Okay, don't run away. Don't run away. I want to see this actually go down. How freaking irritating is the Straw Hat crew? Jewelry Bonnie is also there. Okay, so obviously, yeah, Bonnie's their number one thing they're trying to go after. So I'm guessing clearly they're gonna make some moves here, right? Now that Straw Hat became a Yonko, we mustn't fight. Okay, so they know there's levels to this, right? Without the permission from the top brass. Nah, that's not the only reason you shouldn't fight him, okay? That's not the only. You should probably not fight him because he already beat your ass once and he's gotten way stronger now. Everybody keeps underestimating Luffy, man. We already saw what happened with Green Bull. He thought he was gonna come in here smooth and then he ran away later. Now they're actually gonna learn the lesson. Please teach him a lesson, man. I'll leave Bonnie to you, Jinbei. Whoa there. Okay, come on, give it to us. That's true, considering that wait, hold on. I'm so excited I can't even read anymore. That's true. Considering there are those that are subordinates to Yonko, a simple skirmish will turn into an all-out war. Report this immediately to the Marines. Yes, ma'am. Hey! Huh? Oh, now he... Uh-oh. Atlas was nice to them. Atlas fed Luffy. This is going down. This has gotta go down. Hey, you. Whoa. This is terrible. It's the girl from before. Oh, yeah. Come on, Luffy. Come on, Luffy. He don't even need Gear 5. Just bust out the Advanced Conquerors Hockey and it's gonna be raps. I'm well aware that fighting them is not a good idea, but please look after her, Chopper. Okay, but I think Frankie's more suited for this kind of job, not me. Keep your mouth shut. Oh my god, this guy. No way he's not getting bodied, bro. Keep your mouth shut? This is an internal government issue. You gotta realize who's standing in front of you. You already got your ass beat once, man. This girl, I told you, she gave us meals to eat. That's what he cares about. If you feed Luffy, you're on good terms. You're set for life. Oh, now we cut away. No, don't cut away. Marine headquarters. The Straw Hat Pirates are within Egghead Island, you say? Why? Good grief, the situation is getting more and more complicated. Let's see, is Akainu actually gonna make his move here? Does this mean Vegapunk noticed that Cypher Pole is targeting him? Huh? Then does that mean they forced their entry? If you're going to declare war, You could have consulted with me. That you damn brats. They don't listen to you, Akainu. Akainu's been struggling as the fleet admiral, man. Nobody listens to him. Everybody keeps messing up. He keeps looking worse and worse. Like, it seems like he does not have this under control. All right, like, pre-time skip Akainu was so much better just because he just went and did whatever he wanted. Now he's learning that it's not as easy to sit in the seat of the big dog. You know what I'm saying? If Vegapunk will ally himself with Straw Hat, it will create a crack on our enormous military strength. Well, you were trying to kill him anyways. Where's Kizaru? Okay, Kizaru's... You know what? Let Kizaru realize the levels too. It's redemption time. The Yonko Straw Hats need to step up and show how much they've come, man. He heard the strategy beforehand, is now headed towards Egghead. Okay, Kizaru's coming. We got some real threat in the arc now. Make sure to tell Lucci that he should wait for the Marines' arrival. This guy's not gonna wait. Come on. Yes, sir. He must not fight against the Straw Hat at all costs. Okay, back to Egghead. Let's go. Come on. In the new world, Egghead. Now wait just a damn minute, Lucci. Oh, snap. Wait, Luffy. Yeah, Luffy's going off. Is he in gear 5th? Wait, Luffy. Luffy, know your stance here. This will become a major incident. Yeah, he doesn't care. This doesn't care. He does not give a damn, bro. Get his ass. What is that? Was that how Rob Lucci looked before? Okay, so yeah, Lucci goes into hybrid form, I'm guessing. Now, this is a rare sight. Look at their speed. Yo, Vegapunk trying to take down all the data. There are many cases that the awakenings of Zoan types There are many cases that the awakening of the Zoan types robs their users of their own personality. Okay, so as Rob Lucci fully awakened and he's turned into just an absolute menace. Straw Hat, don't you think? Oh, yeah, okay, wait. Oh, yo. Neko no Mi model leopard awakening form. Oh my god. Okay. He looks, I still think he's gonna get his ass beat, but he looks cold, bro. He looks cold. No, he's still gonna get his ass beat though. You think this little awakening form is gonna be anything to Gear 5, bro? I like how he has the little flames too. That's pretty interesting. Straw Hat, don't think you're the only one who's gotten... Nah, he's getting clapped. He's getting clapped. I refuse to believe it. I refuse to believe it, man. He's getting clapped. There's no way. There's no way. Stop it, Lucci. We haven't gotten permission yet. Go ahead, Lucci. Take action, bro. See what happens. Shaka, has he appeared? The White Warrior? Whoa, the real Vegapunk. Oh, yeah, Vegapunk. Give us the details, bro. Give us the details. This is what we're here for. Vegapunk was just below a while ago. Tell me, what is this transformation of Straw Hat called? We don't really quite know it. They're like, I have no idea. Like, we have no clue. Isn't it a power of the Gomu Gomu no Mi? Oh, here they are. They're going to explain it. They're going to explain it. Yes. There's no record of the Gomu Gomu no Mi written in the old Devil Fruit Encyclopedia at all. Okay, so there's an old one. Even if you say that, Luffy himself called the Gomu Gomu no Mi. What a beautiful form. This look exactly like the god mentioned in ancient documents. Yo, Robin's got to know some stuff about this, right? This is Luffy we're talking about. He's just an idiot. That's mad funny. Okay, there's Luffy laughing his ass off again. Yes, the warrior of liberation that is always playful and puts a smile on the people's faces. Also known as the sun god Nika. Nika? Never heard of it. Yeah, they're like, what the hell? Why hasn't you told us this? Of course you haven't. Because that name has been erased from history. But as long as people continue to yearn for it, its existence will never disappear. Here comes the Looney Tunes Luffy again. Okay, this is fun. This is fun. Oh, yeah. Now, Rob Lucci's getting... Look, he's playing with him, bro. He's playing with him like he's a little pet cat, man. Look at him. He's playing with... He's running circles around him. The desire... Him busting out Gear 5th on Luffy is just... Lucci is just unfair, man. There's no way. It's over. It's over. The desires of all things are born in this world. Take, for example, the Devil Fruit. The Devil Fruits has the same concept. Huh? The Devil Fruits are the potential of human evolution that humanity wished for. Okay, we're getting some Devil Fruit origins? All right. oh, wouldn't it be nice if it was like that? Wouldn't it be great? I could do this. Okay, so it's like the human yearning for evolution. That's what the devil fruits were created from. Oh, the songs coming on at the perfect time too. They have the powers of a diverse future of humankind. Therefore, these abnormalities are hated by the seed, the mother of all nature. Oh my God, I genuinely feel like I'm reading something I shouldn't be reading. Like, who could have ever imagined we're getting this kind of information and lore already, man? Their existence is burdened with this punishment. Okay, Lucci, going hand-to-hand clash with some hockey. There you go, all right. I respect it. Luffy hasn't busted out like the advanced conquerors. They're touching, okay? Luffy hasn't shown the hockey levels yet, so I'm not willing to give Lucci any cred yet. I think Luffy's just fucking with him still. These so-called devil fruit users are beings living in a completely different world that many people have wished for and envisioned. Robin's reaction there too, like she must know like at least hints of all this stuff, right? This is my theory, okay, give it to us. There's no need to think about whether there is a god or not. Isn't this world so interesting? Okay, give us more, Vegapunk. Everybody is shocked at Luffy's power. This is the first time they're seeing Gear 5th. Oh, here comes the Seraphims and Sentomaru. Things are getting spicy, baby. Today is supposed to be my off day. Hey, old man, what should I do? No, Sentomaru, the truth is CP0 is aiming for my life. See, Sentomaru is another interesting factor here. He's officially a Marine member at this point. Obviously, he has beef with Luffy as well. But there's been that theory that he's connected to Wano, so is that going to actually come around? There's also, we got the Jinbei, Boa Hancock, and Mihawk in action, ready to go. Hold on. Let me shut all this stuff off so I could focus on this chapter. Wait a minute. Won't that make for a defector? Wait. My apologies, but can you drive them away from this island? wait a minute. Won't that make me a defector too? Yeah, see, he's hesitant to do this. You're right. I should have asked for your opinion first. There's Marine. Yeah. Science unit captain. The Cypher Poor are allies. The pirates are the enemies. Should I order them to fight alongside CP0? Sentomaru. In the past, it was me who picked you up when you had nothing to eat. So what will you do? Ooh, Sentomaru flashback? Give us the flashback. Give us the details. That's quite the pressure you're putting on me. He's got 3 Seraphims with him. This is looking tough. Hey, S-Bear, go ahead and destroy one. Okay, so the Seraphims are going against each other? It's impossible, Kaku. We're at a disadvantage here. Hey, S-Bear, get rid of those. Oh, okay, yeah, they don't even listen to him. Get rid of those government officials over there. Okay, so Sentomaru's officially come on our side. Hopefully we find out more about his story and whether or not he's actually connected to Wano or not. Oh, crap. That's right, our authority chip is no match for the one he has. Okay, interesting. So each person has like a chip to really command every single one of these things. I'm guessing Vegapunk has the ultimate like chip. Like, why would he not give him that like to himself? Okay, there's S-Bear just wiping everybody out. Yeah, CP0 getting demolished. So the real threat looking is going to be Kizaru. I'm guessing, yeah, CP0's in trouble here. Kaku's running away. For Ablucci, I'm still waiting for him to get packed up. Yes, the ranks of authority. Okay, here we go. They follow is different from those of the pacifistas. Even the 5 elders order them. Through the transponder snails, it will be invalid. Wow. So the pacifista, oh, it's okay. So top of the chain is actually the 5 elders, and then Dr. Vegapunk, and then Sentomaru, and then holders of the authority chip. I do wonder if Dr. Vegapunk got one more chip within him. You know what I'm saying? Just snuck that in there because it doesn't seem like the security has been that tight on him. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he didn't give that up that easily. Also, now that I think about it, it would be a loss of an asset for the government if we destroy a Seraphim. Damn it, Lucci, why aren't you thinking all this through? Because he's ready for revenge. He's thinking all about revenge, and it's gonna get him in a bad place, man. Gomu Gomu no, here we go, baby. Moguro pistol. There we go, there's one hit. He's already feeling it. It's breeze, man, it's a breeze. This is light work. This is light work, people. Well then, let's go. S-Snake, you will guide the Straw Hat Pirates to the Frontier Dome using the vacuum rocket. S-Hawk and S-Shark. No. Go back to the song. It's not over yet. You will hold off the CP0 here. Chopper, are my eyes deceiving me? So you noticed it too. I also thought he looked just like you. Chopper's like, Jimmy like, wait, what the hell? Is that me? What did they do to me, bro? These brown skin... Oh, whoa, yo, relax, bro. These brown skin fellows look familiar to the former members of the 7 Warlords. I never thought they would clone us. Yeah, hopefully Jinbei gives us some info on how they got his DNA and stuff, you know? Hey, Axe Guy, it's been a while. Straw Hat, don't casually call me by my weapon's name. Don't forget that we're enemies. Yeah, see, Sentomaru's always had that beef and hasn't let it go yet since Saboti. So you'll let old man Vegapunk escape with you? Yeah, he requested it. It's fine. I don't know if I can rely on you about that, but who would have thought you would have become an emperor? I can't quite understand that form of yours. Oh, what's going on? Oh, snap, yo, Sentomaru. Catching strays out here, she gone. Ruthlessly pierced through the chest. Yo, what? Sentomaru catching strays? He's finished now. He's finished. This is setting up Rob Lucci in a body bag, put in a spliff, bro. The Lucci pack is coming in the next couple of panels or the next chapter, but I hope we get it in this chapter. Axe Guy. Oh, come on, man. No. Why end it here? Why? Gah. We just need to kill the control tower. Seraphim, obey our orders. 1069 end. And if you guys don't know, One Piece is going to be on break like every other week from now. So we're going on break week now. Oh, what a tease, man. What a tease. I needed this. No. Oh, man. Oh. I was so worried too. I knew once Luffy's going to deck him in the next couple of chapters. It's going to happen. Lucci's getting decked. I still fully believe that. All right, people. Let's talk about this chapter. Oh, man. That's rough. I can't believe he stopped it there. I can't believe Oda stopped it there, man. Oh. Hold on, let me switch the music up real quick. Oh, that was amazing. It was a lot of fun. I will say it was a ton of fun. Oh, man, I can't believe it stopped there, though. I can't believe it stopped there. I'm telling you, I still have 125 belief. The Lucci pack is coming, okay? The Lucci pack is coming. Just y'all wait. The Lucci pack is coming. There's another break coming, okay? So Oda's really milking this, but the Lucci pack is coming. Shugon. Okay, so it's a hand pistol. Yeah, it's a little different. He's gotten stronger, obviously. Rob Lucci's gonna get stronger. I said there's potential he's gonna be commander level type of dude. But the Lucci pack, look, Luffy's chilling. This was the chapter to give Lucci his shine, show that he's gotten stronger. The pack is coming, bro. The pack is coming. Now he's taking out 2 people Luffy cares about, or not even cares about, but sees in good light. Luffy's gonna be pissed. Giving the Straw Hats and Yonko new bounties that they deserve according to you. I can't wait for a new chapter. New chapter's out already, man. Look at the pinned comment. OP scans snapping, going crazy. Once again, not a bad translation. Are the scans not as great quality? Definitely, but you could just read better quality later, you know? OP scans going crazy right now, bro. They're releasing on a 2 p.m. on a fucking Wednesday, bro. and like decent translations and like the, you know, completely readable and like, I don't know, man. They're doing bits. They're doing bits right now. Ideally, Luffy shouldn't have needed. Yeah, Gear 5th, I was surprised I was saying that too. Bust out the Advanced Conquerors and that should have been it. But it seems like he just has fun in Gear 5th. So I feel like he just went into it. Like Gear 5th to me feels like not like Gear 4th, right? Whereas Gear 4th was like super fucking draining. And like he had a timer on it. Gear 5th seems like he just bounces in and out of. You know, a lot more fluid, a lot more flexible. And he just enjoys being that form. And just like goofing around and stuff. Yeah, it's going to be another 2 weeks until we get the next chapter. I believe Artur posted the schedule. Let me double check here. Artur posted the official schedule. So whatever the official schedule is, you could push it up by like 3-4 days with the scans on like Wednesday, Thursday. Here, I have it here. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, 69, and then we got break next week, and it's supposed to be dropping on the 25th, but it's probably going to be that Wednesday or Thursday that we get the early scans, you know? And then, of course, Holiday, Shonen Jump, and then we come... I'm surprised One Piece went on break. It hasn't only been like 2 chapters before One Piece went on break again? Yeah, so it's a One Piece break, and then we got Jump Break, Jump Break. So yeah, this next month... or so, next 6 weeks is gonna be not that many chapters, but we're here for it. It's fine. It's a holiday season. Enjoy time with your families. You know what I'm saying? Top 30? There's a lot of people though. I don't know if he's cracking top 30. Here, let me pull up my, do I have my top 30 from last year? No. Is he above like a Yasop Lucky Roo? I would say those are like those guys are probably at the end. Yeah, I would say like him being commander level makes sense. I don't see will there be a reason to put him above like a Yasop Lucky Roo Sanji? I would say those are probably near the like the bottom tier of my like right around 28, 29, 30. Cause right above them is like right above those guys you're getting to a string of first commanders, and then you got the old folks, and then all of a sudden in a blink of an eye you're at the admirals already at like 15. You know what I'm saying? That shit's tough. Nigel, what's good, bro? Banger chapter. If you haven't read it, go read it. That little doggo at least at 20. Yeah, I gotta figure out the best date to do this top 30. We might do it after the new year. Yeah, I still think, yeah, honorable mention is fair. He's right in that lower tier commander realm, which I think is completely fair, right? Think about it, if you compare him to, I think the media guy you compare him to is realistically who's who is like, you know, right on the edge of like Yonko Commander as a top of the Toby Ropo. So yeah, I would say from what he's shown so far, like that's what he's proving so far. I don't see anything that would push him above other red hair pirates or even like first commanders or stuff like that. Like those guys go crazy, you know? Yeah, these release times going crazy, man. They didn't even tweet it out, which was the weirdest part. I don't know why they didn't tweet it out. OP Scans fell asleep on their Twitter, bro. They never tweeted out that they never tweeted out that the chapter dropped. I don't even know how people found it. And I saw people were talking about it. I was like, oh shit, the chapter's out. All right, word. Nigel, they really fucking the game up, bro. Like, shit was dropping at Thursday, like midnight. They've now pushed the schedule an entire, like, over, like, 36 hours forward, which is crazy. Second favorite anime after One Piece? I was actually thinking about this a lot the other day. I think One Piece might be number 3 for me. I just caught up to Kaguya the other day. Kaguya-sama Love is War. I think that might be my number 2 of all time. Genuinely. So I think my top 3 right now is looking like Slam Dunk, who's still the king. Kaguya might have climbed to 2. With One Piece being 3rd. Now that Lucci's form is looking cold, bro. Like I was saying the whole chapter that he was gonna get packed up, and then I saw that form, I was like, whoo, all right, bro. You busting out, you coming out with some smoke, man. People, read the pinned comment. It's right there. That form is spicy, and I'm curious about this. You know, Vegapunk was dropping knowledge this chapter, too. He was talking about how, you know, the once you awaken a Zoan, you start to take over more, which we already started to learn more about. But I'll be interested to see the TCB and all the lore stuff. TCB translation is gonna help a lot. Official's gonna help even more. Because Vegapunk was dropping a lot of knowledge. Also, what was the title even referring to? Let me go back to the title real quick. The desire of all things are born. Oh, okay, referring to the devil fruit stuff, which was like I was so gassed about the Luffy Lucci stuff that like the devil fruit lore. It honestly, part of it just feels surreal. Just reading this stuff about like information about like the origins of devil fruit, like just teasing information about like what it's actually come from. It genuinely feels like I'm about to get sniped by the world government and I should not be reading this. What's good, bro? Good to see you, man. S Flamingo's coming. S Fat. S Fat. I don't think we're getting S Clown. It seems like it's gonna be all the. I think we're gonna get S Crocodile. And then it's gonna be S Bat, I guess. Either S Bat or S Moria. Now that's a good fight. Gujan or Gunjan. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. Jinbei versus Lucci is a good fight. That's a good fight, bro. That's what I'm talking. He just dusted Who's Who. Let's see how he stacks up against Lucci. That's a fight I want to see. S9. Zoro versus Kaku 2 is another body bag, bro. That's gonna be another body bag. I would love to see it too, though. Give me all of that. Give me all the Straw Hat interactions, all the Straw Hat moments. I'm here for it. Do I think it's a good idea? I don't think we're gonna see any other gears too often now. It feels like Gear 5th is just Luffy's thing. Also, I'm sure Oda really wanted this back and forth of two awakened Zoans going at each other. Visually, it just works very well, right? I think in this moment specifically, Oda definitely cared a lot more about just the visual representation of this moment that we're getting, as opposed to the specifics of power scaling and whether or not it makes sense mentally, you know? Which actually works within the story because Luffy's just so spontaneous that he's completely unpredictable. That if he goes in gear 5th instead of, you know, realistically making more sense using like Advanced Conqueror's Haki and just winning that way, it's Luffy. He just does whatever he wants, right? So like it's always, it could be explainable in that way. So I'm completely happy with this beautiful chapter that we got of two awakened, just beautiful Zoan forms going at each other, you know? I still think next chapter for Christmas, we're gonna get the Lucci pack, okay? The Lucci pack is coming for Christmas. Zoro tells Kaku Zoro is hiring when he beat him in Innie's lobby. Oh, the zoo is hiring. Yeah, he told him he was fired. Passed on the message. Still waiting for Seraphim to go wrong and helping out the government because I don't see them winning even after Kizaru. Yeah. Like I want to, like even Kizaru coming here, it's about time we put an end to this discussion. What is an Admiral level to Luffy at this point? You know what I'm saying? Because I want to see it. We need a Sabaody redemption. Right? Like it's all right here. It's all right here. Imagine Stussy is also from Ohara. I don't see that necessarily. For me, it seems like she worked with Vegapunk. That's what I'm getting at from all this information that she knows. There's a break after this. We're getting a break every other week for this next 6 weeks because we have a One Piece break and then there's 2 Shonen Jump breaks coming too. So there's going to be a break every other week from now on. How many chapters do I think Rob Lucci will last? 1. This is it. This was the chapter that he's going to last. Next chapter, he's getting put in the spliff. Do you think Vegapunk is going to be killed by Kizaru? I don't know if Vegapunk's going to survive. I don't think Kizaru's enough of a threat by himself to take out the Straw Hats at this point. That I will say. But I also think Vegapunk, the writing feels like it's on the wall for him to die. Too, you know? You know? And listen, I respect Lucci, okay? Like I said at the beginning. Lucci versus Luffy probably still might be my favorite fight in the entire story. And I respect Lucci a lot. I think him versus like a Jinbei will be a great fight. The form he showed in this chapter was amazing. But this is Luffy. There's levels to this, man. There's levels to this. Black Lightning, thank you for the super chat. Luffy gear 5th is new normal form for fighting since he said he is most free. Yeah, that's what I feel as well. It is important to know it is very draining still, which was pointed out during his fight with Kaido. So it's not like he could just be in it all the time. But I do think it's a lot more flexible and less taxing just overall on his body than gear 4th. So I think it's probably easier for him to go in and out of and be a lot more fluid with it. Plus, it's Luffy. He just likes to have fun, right? And that's the form where he has the most fun, is the most free and stuff like that. So I can see him just using that form whenever the hell he wants. Great chapter, but you're telling me we get to see Lucci's awakening. We never saw Kaido's. Yeah, that is a little weird. The fact that we saw like official title box Lucci Double Fruit Awakening and we never got that for Kaido feels a little weird at this point. For a long time, I kind of just mentally sold myself the idea that Kaido's hybrid form was his awakening, and like throughout the fight, he got more like monstrous, and that was him awakening. But I don't know, Lucci getting like an official awakening moment box and us not getting that with Kaido does feel robbed a little bit, you know? Do you think there's some sort of goal of Kuzan joining the Blackbeard Pirates? Sword. Sword is the only thing I can think of. Sword or the Revolutionaries. But I would lean Sword right now. Slam dunk. Kaido's awakened. He should be. But at the same time, his fruit was just so strong and he was a monster at hockey, so maybe he just never thought about it. There was also a discussion we had before where it's like, it is discussed even in this chapter, where after you awaken as a Zoan, you start to become more like, you start to take the innate will of the devil fruit starts to take over a little bit, right? So was Kaido afraid of losing control potentially? That could be one way to kind of explain it. I still think we should have gotten like the fact that we got this moment for Lucci and we never got like this sort of moment for Kaido, besides like his hybrid form was that moment. But we shouldn't gotten a moment like Lucci just got in this chapter for Kaido's awakening, you know? And if he doesn't, that should have been fleshed out and explained and not just left up to interpretation. Chapter's out. Look at a pinned comment, people. Kaido's a mid-awakening. Kaido isn't awakened. I mean, that's why Kaido, for me, was a mixed bag, you know? The guy was a menace. He was a super strong dude. But I think the execution of his character was just kind of shaky. That's why in my last short that I made, I said maybe he might not be top 5 villain in One Piece for me. When was the last time chapters dropped so early? I mean, usually during, I think, Golden Week, which is probably, I think usually comes around like the new year, right? The chapter drops like a whole week ahead of time. So that's like the earliest time. But yeah, the fact that OP Scans has pushed it, the fact that they pushed the release time 36 hours forward is pretty bananas. And I've seen a lot of people slandering them for quality, but like, listen, they're just translating One Piece. There's people out there like typing paragraphs of spoilers. How are we going to get on these guys for just bringing some sort of readable scan to the audience that desperately wants it, you know? You know, they haven't gone after anybody. It seems like they're just here for as fans of the story that wants to bring people. Clearly, people crave it with how many people read the spoilers week to week already on Monday, you know? Monkey Thief 5, thank you for super chat. My reasoning is that he was so strong, there was never a need for it to occur. I think it has to be brought to a brink of death and not even Whitebeard had. Are you talking about Kaido's awakening specifically? Because I'm not sure what you're specifically referring to. If you're talking about Kaido's awakening, he was like getting tired and stuff. I feel like he was pushing enough to use it, you know? And if he didn't in the end just because he didn't think he needed it and just lost, that doesn't look any better for him, you know? So far, Brandon. Right, Brandon? Yeah, Brandon King. So far, all we know is that Zoans have an innate will of their own, and that's the only thing that takes over. The other ones, as far as we know, don't change your personality or try to take you over. Chapter looks great quality wise. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's like better than TCB or of course not the official either, but it's completely readable. And one thing I continue to give them a shout out for is they keep listening to criticism and making it better and better. You know, for a long time, it was out since like, I think a few months ago, but people just didn't read it because it was so bad. Like there was typos everywhere, like sentences didn't make sense. But then they, you know, fixed the typos. They started getting higher quality scans. Even the first week that I reacted to their chapter, I noticed like the cover page wasn't translated and the little bubbles and stuff weren't translated. And then by the time I read it next week, they translated all that stuff. So it seems like they just they're taking in criticism and they're improving week to week. So like, you know, it's cool. The spoilers out this time were a complete lie? Oh no, what were in the spoilers? Try to be quiet. Yeah, no, of course. Like we don't spoil out here either. I'm gonna react to the chapter, put up this reaction with a vague ass title, and you know, we don't want to ruin the experience for others. But obviously, we want to read the chapter because we are addicts. Black Lightning, thank you for the super chat. Kaido said hockey overall, so why would he awaken? I mean, why would he eat the devil fruit even? Right? If we're going by that measure, if he's like hockey beats everything, why does he even care about having a devil fruit in the first place, you know? We could take that and apply it to everything. That's just being kind of lazy for him if he wants to become strong in the Pirate King and stuff, you know? Does Law have advanced armament? Not that we've seen. But he has he literally has the OP no Mi, so don't really matter too much for him. Weak trio, no, Rob Lucci, let's not go that far. I know the Lucci pack is coming, but the weak trio have no chance against Rob Lucci. They do lose their minds. Yeah, that was another, like a reconfirmation. Like we kind of already knew that, seeing what happened to Luffy and the information about Nate Wills. But Vegapunk was dropping bars this chapter, man. The spoiler said Lucci would get destroyed by Luffy, Tom, and Jerry style. What the hell? Oh, man. We did get some Tom and Jerry-ness in this chapter, but that we did not get. Kaido can now awaken. I think you need to bring Cadet to do so. Do we think... How did Lucci awaken then? I don't think you necessarily need to be on the Brink of Death to do so. I feel like that's just a unique case that happened to Luffy that he figured out so quickly. We've seen other awakenings just happen, you know? Who do I have my top 30 list? At the top of the list was Blackbeard. I think Dragon was at number 2. He's stumbling a little bit. I think he's gonna take a tumble this year. Obviously, Luffy's gonna be on the rise. At the Yonko, and then a Kainu after that. Kuzan, the Admirals. Beckman might make a climb. And then after the Admirals, I think were the Law Kid and Zoro trio and Sabo, followed by the old folks, followed by the first commanders, and then topped off, I think, was Sanji and the command, and Yamato's in there as well. Yamato was snuck in there somewhere as well. But yeah, I think at the end of the list, those was Lucky Roo and Yasop. Teddy, good to see you, bro. I've been good, man. I've been good. Things been good. It's the holiday season. Celtics basketball has been beautiful. I'm having a great time. We're coming up on 100K soon. Definitely gonna make one final push at the end of this year to hit that 100K, and then we'll be off to the races in the next year. Probably after January. I think February. When February rolls around, I feel like that's gonna be the month where I really could push things, because the end of December is always rough for me. I talked a little bit about this before, but the end of December, this 12-day period is 12 days, and I have like 7 holidays. So it starts on the 22nd, is me and Tina's anniversary. The 24th is obviously Christmas Eve. 25th is Christmas Day. The 26th is Tina's birthday. The 30th is my mom's birthday. The 31st is New Year's Eve, and the 1st is New Year's Day. So that 12-day period is an absolute just celebration for me, where I can't like get any work done. Cause it's just holiday. And now like we're in Connecticut and family's back in Jersey, so we're definitely gonna be traveling back and forth. So the end of December is gonna be a little wild. I think we're gonna go to Puerto Rico for like 4 or 5 days in January sometime to visit Tina's sister who lives there. And then yeah, we'll be back from that of course, content's still gonna go on within all this. It's just probably not as consistent for sure. Once February comes though, things settle down. Okay, it's a new year. I know shorts monetization is coming to YouTube like properly. So like that's gonna make things easier as well for me to hopefully, you know, maybe get some editors and stuff if that actually pays out well. So we'll see. I'm excited. February is gonna be really exciting once that kicks off. But yeah, end of this year, what do we got? 4.4K to go, which seems like a big number, but we've been going crazy this last month. So we'll go. Lucci versus Katakuri is a crazy take, Ryo. I'm not gonna go that far. All right, he's gonna have to show out a little more for me to get there. Not one, not two, not three. Years ago, Gama family is gonna be beautiful. Yeah, they live in San Juan, so it's like we're not going really for vacation. You know, it's just kind of visit them, but it's also Puerto Rico, so obviously it's gonna be beautiful. You know, February is such an L month. I'm not saying the month is great. I just feel like that's gonna be a good time for me to really kick things off in terms of work. November is not about a month because my birthday's in November, so November's a great month for me. Also, my stepdad's birthday's that month too. Yamato stronger than Lucci. Yamato is slept on though. Yamato for sure is slept on. His birthday in February is still an L month. 19th, November 19th. Just a few weeks ago. Exciting. Yeah, any holiday celebrations, vacations coming up for y'all? You know, it's the festivities for a lot of people, you know? I'm sure some people are going back home if you don't live around the fam no more. Chapter 1044 was the first time for me to introduce like a brand new gear, right? Like catching up week to week. Is that what you mean? Yeah, it's exciting, man. Gear 5th was so hype. Yo, that Tress, that's wild, man. That's crazy. I live in the US. Something I want to see in One Piece is maybe Sanji versus Zoro. Zoro get mad at Luffy, leave the crew. I think that's done with, man. Like the whole Cake Island beef, I think people want that to be addressed. That's just done with at this point, though. You know? I'm over it. Favorite holiday movie? Honestly, not a holiday movie guy, personally. I'll be honest. So I don't really... Die Hard. Die Hard is the best Christmas movie. New Year's we might see Gear 5th in the anime. Where's the anime at now? I don't think it's that close. Guardians Holiday Special. Nah, I've been marveled out for a bit, honestly. I feel like I just burnt out on it a little bit, so I haven't watched Black Panther yet. Haven't watched the Holiday Special. I've seen some of the new trailers, but just none of it gets me that excited anymore. I'm sure eventually I'm gonna like binge it all and get back into it. But right now I'm just kind of burnt out on Marvel. I don't really care as much. Yeah, like if Oda's gonna address it, he would have done it a long time ago. At this point, it's just done with. Black Panther 2 is an 8 out of 10. I've heard good things. I've heard solid things about it, which I'm really happy about because Black Panther 1 was so good, and the recent movies have been kind of hit or misses. I really hoped they would pull that off well. And you know, Ryan Coogler's always made amazing films. Like Creed was The Creed movies are great. Fruitvale Station was fantastic. Like, he's never really made a bad movie as a director, so I had trust in him. But it's just like Marvel's track record recently has been a little shaky. But I'm glad to hear good things about it. I think the next Guardians movie is gonna be really good too. A lot of people didn't like it either. Man, that's tough. I'll see. I just hope it's good. As long as it's not bad, you know? I'll probably watch it when it comes out on Disney+. Who was the best father out of Shanks, Goldie, Roger, and Judge? Definitely not Judge. It's probably Shanks. Honestly. Got into a heated argument. He thought it was pretty good. It'd be like that, man. It'd be like that. But yeah, everybody's saying that Rocket's gonna die. Probably. I don't know. It feels like some emotional stuff's about to go down in that movie. It's like the finale of that story. Like, they're gonna be done after that. So it's actually like a pretty important movie. Best father, Yasop. Awakening Rob Lucci looks underwhelming? No way. You telling me you expected this black smoke, lean, mean machine Rob Lucci coming through like that? Nah, come on, man. You were not. Nah, this is cold. This is cold. Nah, the Awakening form is cold. I love it. Chaco, thank you for the super. Appreciate it. We never talk about this, but Nico Olvia is a deadbeat mom. Low key? Yeah, she said, I'm gonna go study some books, bro. Like, that's more... Like, what is the difference between Nico Olvia and Yasop? Yo, gender... Like, that's, gender roles right there, bro. Like, we definitely view Yasop way differently than Olvia, don't we? More like that. Yo, Sadiq, that's wrong. You wrong for that, man. You wrong for that. Roger gave his son to the ops. I think mostly because, like, Olvia at least met with Robin at the end. They had a moment and then she died. So we can't really talk trash about somebody that's 6 feet under, you know what I'm saying? Yasop, meanwhile, still out there drinking. Like, I feel like the main thing with Yasop, though, the thing that hurts Yasop's case the most, and I'll still say this to this day, this man was in the East Blue for a whole year. It's not like he was even in the Grand Line or the New World. He was in the East Blue for a whole year. He didn't even think, maybe I should just go check up on the guy, you know? In case, like, his mom died and he's just traumatically suffering and, you know, developing an insecurity of, like, protective mechanism of lying to everybody, you know? It's just a scene of him, like, in the East Blue, drinking it up in the Romance Dawn, where he's like, you know what, Luffy, I got a kid just about your size, but the adventure was calling for me. And then we get to Yasop's story and we find out what everything, like, he was going through with his dead mom and everything like that. Like that, I think that's still worse. That's still worse. Cause Olvia, like, you could make the argument, like, yo, she was trying to, like, find a better, you know, figure out the truth of the world and shit like that. You could make a moral argument there. Yasop's still not getting off the hook that easy. Is Shanks a celestial dragon? Is Shanks a celestial? I mean, the Fearland family or the Figureland family, whatever they're translating it as. Honestly, that's one of those things I just want to wait to find out. Like when I found out about it in the movie, I was just like, I don't know if I wanted to know about this yet. You know, it's kind of exciting, but like, give me that stuff later. You know, it's a nice little tease. I'm gonna just wait and see. Yasop got hitched up with somebody else. Can you imagine? Let's respect that Dragon knows his son to protect him. Yeah, at least he showed up and made his one child support payment, right? In Lockdown, he's like, you know what? Hey, let me see you off. Make sure you're good. At least you could get into the Grand Line. After that, I got bigger things to do, but... yeah, the Shanks family stuff, like the Conquerors hockey information. It was really Volume 4 Billion that had so many different leaks and informations. Rox is Shanks' dad. And Rox was Celestial Dragon, found out stuff about Voice Sentry, and that's why I want to erase him from history. But that doesn't make sense because it's Rox D. Zabek. The D clan is the enemy of the gods. So that directly contradicts that. The Usopp and Yasop stuff, that was like, I don't quite know if I wanted to see that. That was the one thing I was like, I don't know. Like, it was a cool moment, but I kind of wanted... I don't want to see any Usopp and Yasop interaction until they get to the story. But I did think, like, the way they used the Straw Hats and the Red Hair Pirates was, like, the perfect balance of everything. Like, they were, like, interacting, but not really interacting. It was just, like, the perfect amount for the movie, I think. Some people say they wanted to see more of Shanks, but, like, I want to see Shanks in the actual manga more. You know? Roxy Zabek is the weakest member of D-Clan. I disagree. And I got a fun video coming soon that's definitely going to take a while for me to make. So I'm not going to make any promises that it's going to come out on any specific day. But I would imagine at least late next week it should be out. Top 15 strongest characters of all time. And I'm going to tell you, Rox is high up on that list. But that was really fun getting to the... like the 15, 16, that was a fun little debate for me. Guardian Special was ass. Hey, yo, Teddy, what kind of demon ass fan fiction you writing over there, man? What's going on? What did I just read? My guy's writing some "what are you doing, step bro" type beat. What's going on over there? Rob Lucci impressive in this chapter, holding pretty well. I still think Luffy is playing with him, but you know, he showed out. Like, we needed this from Rob Lucci. We needed Rob Lucci to come through and, you know, show out his skills, and he's gotten better. But the Lucci pack is coming. We're getting the Lucci pack for Christmas. Teddy writing his fantasies over there. Teddy smoking that good. Yo, the chat's going in, man. I'm telling you, man. What was going on over there with that one? Fan poll to see who fans consider the strongest Yonko in like a tier list. The thing is, like, the YouTube poll is only like 5 people. Like, the current Yonko, I feel like people will say Shanks. And I would probably agree. Wait, no, I would personally say Blackbeard. But Shanks is a fan favorite. Shanks is a fan. Shanks will win that poll for sure. According to spoilers, the Nika fruit isn't on any books and shit. How does Shanks know about it? Because he went after her and all. Well, like, we don't know anything about Shanks is the thing, you know? We gotta find out more about him. Does he know stuff from Roger? Does he know stuff from his family? Obviously, he's got connections too. So like all of this is all connected in some way, you know? I still want to know like why the Gorosei didn't seem to know about this. So like who actually erased that information? Was it Emu and like he erased that information to try to hide the info about the, you know, the Nika fruit, but for some reason didn't pass that info onto the Gorosei? Or was it potentially like Alabasta? And that was the reasoning for infiltrating the world government. Like, you know, like it just feels like there's some inconsistencies there. Like, why does the Gorosei not even know about the erasure of it? And if it turns out like they just didn't do their homework and it just like looks even more dumb, that's just gonna look so silly. They just keep looking worse and worse, man. I think that's been one of the biggest downfalls of late is the Gorosei's competence. And the Marines in general. Roger told him look for the gum fruit. Yeah, that's a possibility. I also like the idea that he wanted to give it to Ace, Roger's son. And then he ended up finding Luffy, and then by a stroke of luck and the fact that he recognized Luffy was that guy, that he was like, okay, this is meant for you, you know? What's up with Mihawk and Eam's eyes? They just got eyes like that, man. That's just Oda's art style. I genuinely believe that. Yeah, tell him, Teddy. I swear, man, I thought pinning it to the top of the chat would lower more. It is better. It is better. It's definitely better than before, where people just kept saying like, where is it? Where is it? Is it out? Is it out? Top 3 antagonists. Okay. Doflamingo, I think is actually pretty clear for me. I think it's Doflamingo, Crocodile, Arlong. I think it's that. Katakuri? Ooh. Katakuri. Akainu. Ooh. Top 5. That's top 5, though. Doflamingo, Crocodile. Is it Katakuri? I might have to put Akainu third. Maybe Crocodile drops out. See, that's the top 5's tough. The king is still Doflamingo for me, I think. The guy was just such a menace. I feel like Akainu has to get in there. Do you think back to Marineford, was there any other character in the story that you hated more in that moment than Akainu? Like, I don't think any other villain generated as much hatred as I had for Akainu in Marineford. Like, Akainu is not the most fleshed out villain so far, but just the work he put in to destroy the people we care about in Marineford, I think deserves him in that top 3 spot, I feel like. So I think it's going to be Doflamingo, Akainu, Katakuri is probably third because I really like his character as well. Followed by Crocodile, Arlong. That's 5. That's my 5. I was going to make this into a short, so you guys help me with this process. That's what I'm saying. Kaido's not in there. Kaido's not in there for me. And now only misses because Oda did him dirty with the bodies. Teddy, I agree. But the thing is, at the end of the arc, if he actually put in that damage and it meant something, it would have been perfect. But at the end of the arc, every single person he decimated got back up and said, oh snap, we won. Oh shit, we won. Pagaya came strolling back and said, Koni-san, man. Like, that ruined it for me. That ruined it for me. Yeah, like Pagaya was one thing, but like it wasn't just Pagaya. Every single Shandorian that he ruthlessly, like we were watching it go down, right? We just saw him like bang, bang, bang. Everybody was getting decimated. They all got back up. Every single one. Every single one. Guy easily top 10. Exactly, bro. He didn't even need some ass pull, like you didn't rearrange my body correctly type of thing. Hope he scans the TCB. Listen, we love them both out here. I don't know what's going on with the whole Twitter stuff. So you got to deal with that on your own, okay? We read both out here. We're not promoting any slander towards any group. Whether it's OP Scans, TCB, or the official. Full fight was Shanks versus Draco Mihawk. I hope we get a flashback like that. If we get it in the manga, we'll get the full thing. We'll get the full thing in the anime. By the way, the anime, I keep seeing these little scenes they keep adding. It's fantastic, man. The Wano anime has been clear of the Wano manga so far. Worst main antagonist? I think Caesar was at least funny. I really don't like Don Krieg. I'll be honest with you. I think it's Wapol, Foxy, Hody, and Don Krieg. Honestly, Moria is kind of whack too. Yeah, the Brooks scene, that was the one I was talking about. It was crazy. But if we really want to talk about the worst character in the story, is Treble. Wapol, Hody, Foxy. Yeah, I feel like that's probably it. But like sneaky Don Krieg is Don Krieg. Moria is not far behind. But the Trinity is Wapol, Hody, Foxy. Moria is a better character. We know his past. True. He's like, okay. I still don't care too much about him, to be honest with you. Yeah, the Trouble, yeah. Trouble was, oh. And I experienced Dressrosa in the anime. That was the last arc I fully watched through in the anime. And man, I think Trouble might have, like I was so angry at this guy. I was like, somebody cut this man up already, please. Honestly, I don't think he got it bad enough. Like I think he needed much more damage. Yeah, that's what you gotta respect, man. This story has it all. You got a guy like Katakuri, and then you have a guy like, even like Orochi, right? Like, you think about, oh, the new Shogun of Wano, Kurozumi Orochi. And he comes out as this little old-ass dwarf. Hashtag legal in Japan, bro. My guy knew he had to come in with a defense. Amir, thank you for the super chat. Kizaru's gonna kill Rob for hurting Sentomaru. The Kizaru Sentomaru relationship, is it really that strong? I know they were connected. I know they were connected in Saboti, but why is so many people believe that their relationship is that strong? Especially I've seen theories that Kizaru was Vegapunk for so long. What's going on? I don't get the idea. Can somebody explain the idea? Why Kizaru and Sentomaru people think they're so connected? Oh, that's his nephew? Am I tripping? When was that revealed? Oh yeah, Sentomaru was calling him uncle, right? But is that was that just Japanese speak? It sounds kind of racist, but Asian countries, the way they speak, they'll be big bro, like, you know, little sis, like uncle, auntie, you know, that's how they speak, you know what I'm saying? Or are they saying like actual, like, is that what his actual uncle? They're not blood related. Yeah, so I'm wondering, like, could it be casual? Like, Kizaru still feels like the type of dude that is low-key very loyal to the Marines. Yeah, Teddy, that's what I'm saying, right? Like, that's auntie right there. That's uncle right there, right? Like, Asian countries have the exact same thing, even more so, you know? Unc, yeah. So I still feel like Kizaru is someone that is low-key very, very loyal to the Marines without really showing it outward. So if he, I don't know, like, if he finds out Sentomaru has betrayed the world government, do we think Kizaru would be on the side of Sentomaru? I personally don't think so. I think that's where we see Kizaru's, like, bad side come through. Where he's like, listen, you've betrayed the Marines. It's time for you to get dusted. Weevil strength comes to raw strength, hockey, devil fruit or something. I'm guessing it's gotta be raw strength of some sort. He got them Whitebeard genes, you know what I'm saying? Pin comment for chapter. Yamato is going to come back and join the crew. Join the crew, maybe like end a story epilogue, but we're not going to see her like actually get screen time with the Straw Hats that matter. Least favorite Straw Hat excluding Frankie and most favorite Straw Hat excluding Zoro because you be simping for him. My favorite Straw Hat's Luffy. Zoro second. Frankie was my least favorite Straw Hat for a while. I think he's grown on me a lot. He's been putting in work. Right now, it might be Chopper. And that's sad to say, man, because, like, I loved Chopper pre-time skip. But post-time skip, I feel like he's getting closer and closer to, like, less Straw Hat and more Beppo, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, I feel like Chopper needs more. Chopper needs more. I wish the best for him. The Straw Hats are still my favorite thing in the story. I think Chopper might be bottom tier at this point. He's become just exactly. I think that's what's happened to him. He gets little moments here and there of development, but it's just like it's not going anywhere. It's just a lot more like him being a bit of a meme and like just like that cute thing to sell around. I think if you remember a while back, there was even that like comment from Oda where he was like, he was reluctant at first to make Chopper into like this cutesy merchandise type of thing. And then he kind of eventually gave in. Yeah, I was going to say Jinbei was probably in consideration for least because we just haven't had as much time. But like, my guy's been putting in work. He's been getting his own gags a little bit too. I feel like the person I'm most disappointed in right now is Chopper. In terms of his story goes. But I was like pre-time skip, Chopper was right up there, bro. I like Chopper more than Brook and Frankie before. For sure. Brook's been putting in work. I think Brook after Whole Cake Island just stepped. He stepped up levels. You know what I'm saying? He's also become a bit of an ex machina. That instant heals excuse not to kill some people off. Chopper healed Luffy after he gets fever. Close to Laugh Tale like Toki Buggy had. Which is thought as fever for devil fruit users only. Huh, that's an interesting theory. I've never seen that before. I've seen the theory that Usopp gets the fever. Because he always says like, oh, I'm getting that island fever. Which is what Buggy lied about before as well. He better. That's all I'll say. Like he's got to solve everything, right? His dream is to figure everything out. I'm still very disappointed that he just left Wano with all those smile users, with all them broken smile people back in Wano. Like he's getting lapped by Law, by Vegapunk. Like he's getting lapped up. Zeus is the new. Okay, man. If you want to conclude Zeus, Zeus is last. Hey, that Brook didn't get a fight in Wano. I was more upset Usopp didn't get anything. I think Usopp did the least. You know, Brook, we got to remember, Brook still took out a number. Like, it happened really quick, but Brook did take out a number. Jen, what's good, bro? Why you just keep repeating my name? Favorite Straw Hat Zeus for real. Also, I was driving, but the Nico take was trash. Nico Ovia being a deadbeat mom. That take? That's Teddy's take. You're going to have to go after him for that one. Usopp too weak for the Toby Ropo? Yeah, I mean, he got to figure that out if he can't even, you know, fight page 1 at this point. Elbap's got to be the place, but we'll see. Brooks still didn't get to fight a Toby Ropo, a sad hour. Nah, the fight for him was Apu, I think. Determine who was worse, her or Yasopp? I mean, I said Yasopp after thinking about it for a while. For Brook, that's actually good because I would never have thought he could handle a giant-sized enemy. Get better. I mean, even him using observation, right? Like, we didn't even see him use it at all. So, like, not even using that one bit, and then just, like, his attack power is down in the mud right now. Jen, I appreciate the love, but let's not just keep repeating the same thing in chat. I've been watching Bleach. No, I have not caught up. I've not watched actually a single episode of Bleach in my life. Favorite opening in One Piece? I'm not an opening guy, to be honest. I've skipped a lot of them when I binge through the series, so I don't have one. This is interesting. A Croco Mom, a Croco Mom theory, but it's a reverse of the Croco Mom. At least you made it interesting, man. I hate Croco Mom, but at least you made it interesting. I'll give you respect for that. What hockey would I give to Brook? Armament. I've always loved Tekking's Black Bones Brook idea. I don't think it's going to happen, but if I could give it to him, that'd be pretty cool. Yeah, like I binged that thing so quick. So like I just didn't care about the openings. Maybe one day I'll react to all of them. Oh yeah, the Brook Apu fight would have been so good. It would have been challenging. Like Apu's a supernova. Like that would have been a good ass fight. But we just didn't get it. Instead, we got Yamato running around for a long ass time that didn't mean anything in the end. Law 9 top 5 what? I don't dislike Yamato the character. I just think the writing for her arc was horrendous. I think she had potential. But like it was just in the end, like it was just like, okay, this is not really going anywhere. This feels kind of repetitive. Is it actually gonna go somewhere if she becomes a Straw Hat? Is that where we're actually gonna get the development? And then it was like, oh, okay. No. It was all just actually just pointless. Alright then. What a waste of time. Then you start thinking back and like, oh, I wanted to see more of this and more of this and more of this, and all of that we didn't get. Instead, we got this absolutely straight flat line of a Yamato character arc. Yeah, the action is good. Like, this chapter was, we had both in this chapter, right? That's what's beautiful about it. Like, we got the, while all of this great action's going on, Vegapunk's just dropping lore in the background. You know what I'm saying? She steals an endgame. No way, no way, no way. Yamato's got to be done at this point. If she steals an endgame fight for the Straw Hat. Oda just created too many characters, man. Like, Yamato could have been cut out. Carrot feels pointless in Wano. Literally just complete wasted. Like, and like with the end of her character arc being she takes over Zou is so weird. Once again, she just feels like another waste of time. Like, because the development in Whole Cake Island doesn't lead where it's supposed to go in more of her character. Instead, she's just background merchandise. And then ends her arc in an incredibly weird way. Like, as much as I continue to say, listen, it's been 150 chapters. We got no character development. I don't think she's going to join. I also felt bad for the way her story ended because it made no sense at all. Side titty waste of space. I like Yamato. Whoever said that earlier, that was a good one. Because it literally, like, her character is just like, why? You know? I think the best part about her arc was probably the Ace flashback. Right? Like, the stuff we got out of that. Because, like, everything she did in present day was just not great. Her flashback, like, with the samurai has some potential. But outside of that, you just kind of look back at it and you're just like, all of this could have just been Straw Hat screen time. No Mink said goodbye, not one. Yeah. I mean, like, the ending of Wano was just like, everything was just... Oda said, we need 100 chapters for Act 3. Snip, 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 snip. Like, after dragging it out for, like, how long was Wano? Like, 150-something chapters? At the end, he was like, listen, I need 100 chapter ending for Act 3. Snip, 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 snip. Vito, what's good, bro? Good to see you, man. How's everything for you? I saw you got clapped by TCB. Lucci had his fruit for 2 years and awakened, but not Kaido and Big N.L. Yeah, that was like the fact we didn't get that moment for Kaido and Big Mom feels bad now that we got this for Lucci. But let's leave Wano behind, man. We're past Wano. Wano is what it is. Let's just enjoy Egghead has been great. All I did was acknowledge OP scans. Oh, man. Yeah, I don't know. They're on demon time out there or something. I don't know. Mr. Perorin was a menace. Yeah, I enjoyed him. He served a better purpose in Wano in his pretty limited screen time than Yamato did. Also, the Big Mom Pirates? Like, we don't know the aftermath yet. But, like, what was the point of having them in the first place, man? How do you guys think Wano would have been if the Big Mom Pirates were just completely cut out of that arc? Because looking back, it might have, like... Roof Piece wouldn't have been as good. And then you gotta think of a way to now reroute Law and Kid. Right? Like, that's the... I think... The main benefit of Big Mom is that Law and Kid fight, which was fantastic. Everything else she brought to the table was kind of a minus. Not a minus, like Roof Piece, she didn't... If you think back to Roof Piece, it's actually mostly just Kaido doing the work and then Big Mom's in the background just blasting lightning. right? I think Roof Piece could have had the same effect. It was still 1v5. And then you had like the mothering mode and, you know, the amnesia and stuff like that. That was just negative for me. Big Mom versus Kid in Law is the only thing I'm thinking, like, how do you possibly reroute that into a way that works? Because I think Kid in Law, like, there's no other... Now it might become a little too one-sided. Good thing TCB doesn't have a monopoly no more. Competition's always good, you know, it challenges each other, whether it's quality or release time, and it just depends on what the audience wants, you know? Same thing with YouTube. Every new content creator that comes up introduces something new. It's good. It's good for competition. You know, you see other people make better stuff and you get more inspired with better ideas and stuff. Character necessarily... Are you saying you don't think a character has to be necessarily kitted out to be a menace? I'm cool. Thing is, that's fine. We've had villains like that in the story that work like that, right? Crocodile, he was just a menace. The guy was just on demon time, right? We didn't need to know his backstory. Think about Arlong. Eventually, we got a backstory for Arlong. But we didn't walk away from Arlong Park like, ooh, I really want to know Arlong's real story, you know? Arlong worked in Arlong Park because he was a crazy-ass shark that wanted to destroy all humans. And we didn't really care too much about his backstory. It was just like, oh, this guy's an absolute menace. And that worked, right? And Nell, he just wanted to be a god, right? Like, you don't need a deep backstory like someone like Doflamingo or Katakuri for it to work. The problem with Kaido is when you introduce him with this, ooh, he's been defeated 7 times and he wants to kill himself, and he's related to the Rocks Pirates and his race is completely unknown. He's the Oni tribe and he tells Yamato not to trust humans. And then he just dies. Then, like, you can't set that stuff up and not expect expectations, right? The problem is he was written as like a deeper character. He was written as a deeper character and you didn't deliver on it. You could have made him just the absolute menace. And we've seen that work perfectly for honestly the majority of villains in the story, right? Like, think about all the early villains. Captain Coral was a menace. Don Krieg was on Demon Time. Arlong was on Demon Time. Crocodile, and we found out more about him later, was on, but like in the arc, we just saw him as an absolute menace. Skypiea, same thing. You know, it wasn't until the New World where we started getting characters like Doflamingo and Hody even, and you know, Katakuri, and even Big Mom with her proper flashback to really learn more about her. It's all about what you're setting the reader up to expect, right? Everybody always wants to say like expectations and you're expecting too much. Like, why do you think we have these expectations? Sometimes it's because we look at theories and discuss and, you know, like talk ourselves into some expectations. But most of the time it's just people reading the story and seeing where the author guides them, you know? What's this tweet that you sent me? Oh, yeah, no, I've seen that. Yeah, no, I've seen that before. Hold on. No, this shows... I think I've seen... I didn't like this, but like when the Kaido flashback first dropped, somebody made this version that I had liked before. But yeah. We just got them straight up, saw in the action. Yeah, that's what they were about. We just went into it, you know? There was still a lot Oda could have added to the backstory without mentioning. Yeah, exactly. The rock stuff, even his race, you know? Just let us know more about Kaido specifically. Why did he want to off himself? What is his, you know, like, what was he after with Wano? Like, give us more of his inside look in his mind. Like, we could get the Rock stuff later. We could get the Oni stuff later if that's connected to Elbaf. Bro, I've given up on Enel. I think Enel's done. I think Oda has retired him into space, and I think he's done. I will not have expectations that he's gonna come back. There's no bigger loser than Jack. Bro lost all his fights, gets bullied on his crew, didn't do shit. I mean, Jack puts in the time, man. I think Jack gets too much heat for no reason. Jack puts in the time. He might be catching L's, but at least he's putting in the time. Got to return, go to Lucci and Crocodile. It might be something. I don't know. That one, we just haven't seen, I just don't even see a path for how he comes back. So we just have to see. Am I going to stream for break week? It just depends on the week, man. If there's something fun to talk about, or depending on my schedule, what I'm working on. So I'm not going to promise anything, but I'll try. I'll try my best. Almost 100K before Christmas, we get 100. Yeah, I'm going to make that push. I'm going to make that push for sure. Elbaf is going to be lit. I agree. Character-wise, yeah, I do think Big Mom is way more fleshed out than Kaido. I will say Kaido's flashback did, to a degree, gave us his idea of why he wants a war, right? That was the one thing that I think the flashback was really aimed towards, showing how he grew up in this war-torn country and why he wants to take down the gods and create the biggest war ever, right? That part I think was, fleshed, gave us a little more information. But I still think even think about how Kaido's backstory starts. It starts him with just him at 10 years old with no explanation of how he even got there, It's just it just feels like a lot of empty gaps. And we just have to trust oh, it's coming later. Fairy Verth. Okay. I'll give you that. I just don't know if it's going to come to Nell. Listen, if it happens, I'm ecstatic. If it happens, I'm ecstatic. But I'm just not going to expect it. Big Mom, very well written, but poorly utilized in Wano. Big Mom in Whole Cake Island was fantastic. Maybe screamed wedding cake one too many times, but overall, I enjoy Big Mom in Whole Cake Island a lot. Not being taken out. I mean, Alex, I think he had to show a little off with that new form, which looked amazing. I think the Lucci pack is coming next chapter, though. This was him showing off he got stronger, giving Luffy more reason to be angry, and then for Christmas, we're getting the Lucci pack. All right, Master Goku, you've been just in here slandering TCB, all right? If you're not adding anything else to the conversation, you're getting muted. We're not here. We're here just enjoying and reading One Piece. We're not in this weird-ass translation war, okay? That's kind of weirdo behavior. Why are we standing translators? Lucci would have been done if he awakened Conquerors. Yeah, not even, yeah. Just Advanced Conquerors Hockey. I don't even think he needed Gear 5th. Wano would have been better if some of the plot threads happened later instead. I think Act 2 is where it went to shit. Act 2 is where you start to see there's so much fucking going on. I even remember too, because I wasn't doing YouTube, right? I wasn't doing a YouTube back then. I was just reading One Piece as a casual. And I remember when Act 2 started and I was reading week to week. Tell me if anybody that was reading week to week back then remember this or had the same feeling. I remember reading week to week when it got to Act 2 and some shit, you just, Like it was all happening at once, and like by the next week you're like, wait, what the fuck? When was that even mentioned? You start to just lost track of everything that was going on, right? And like, listen, if you were like super deep diving and super laser focused on the storylines, I'm sure you would have been able to connect everything. But like at the same time, as a story writer, you have to make things easy to read for the average like reader, right? Like you can't be expecting everybody to be so completely invested like we are right now in like every storyline that's going on. Like so like back then in Act 2, I was a casual reader just reading like what's happening in this chapter. And I remember like midway through, I'm just like, what the fuck? Who is this guy in the midnight motherfucker? Like Kamazo the Killer was mentioned briefly. Like what the hell's going on over here? Like things started getting jumbled. Like it was still all connected, but it was very clunky. And then I think everything he introduced in Act 2, that's in Act 3 is like where he was like, oh fuck, there's too many things I'm juggling at once. And then he was just like whatever, I can't do all of this, let's just wrap it up. I think his creativity got the best of him in Wano. Can't find it in Discord. It's in the One Piece manga release channel, whatever it's called. Yeah, Luffy's chilling, you know? Yeah, that was Act 2. Especially like, that's the thing, right? Because you'll see some people, like, I think, for example, the Scabbards are a great example. If you go back to Act 2 and you read some of the Scabbard storylines, like Ashura Doji and what he went through and stuff like that, you get, like, you really hyper focus on that storyline. You can see where Oda was going with it and why, like, the storyline as a whole works pretty well. But when you scope out and that Ashura Doji storyline is just tossed in this middle of like 85 storylines, you just don't give a fuck about Ashura Doji. At least I didn't. Because that was just one thing in like 85 different things. You just like, oh, okay, Ashura Doji, he went through some sad shit, whatever. What's going on over here with this mystery and this mystery and this mystery? You know what I'm saying? So I think Act 2 is where it really was just too many things juggling at once. Act 1 was fantastic. If you go back and reread Act 1 of Wano, it was amazing. Perfectly well paced. The release information was easy to process and easy to read. Everything was building up perfectly. It's just when Act 2 happened, too many things went down. Brago not waiting for TCB either. He's streaming at 7 today. I mean, listen, it's coming out 36 hours earlier. It's completely readable. Like, if you want to wait for the better quality and read it later, like, definitely go for it. I'm going to still read TCB when it comes out because they are without a doubt higher quality, more well-maintained because they have a much bigger team. But if there's like a completely readable chapter, as a One Piece fan, forget that I'm a YouTuber or anything. As a One Piece fan, I'm going to read a readable chapter when it comes out. You know what I'm saying? So like, that's just me. And I think some people are starting to realize like, oh, this chapter's good. Like it's a good translation, you know? Yeah, read all three. Read the scans, read TCB, and read the official when it comes out. Yeah, and like I said, so many people are reading spoilers already. Like, I don't get the ideas like, oh, this chapter's not good enough quality. It's like, bro, you probably read a fucking janky ass translation of like a fucking like bullet points. Like, what are we talking about? The flashback showed after Odin left Wano. The PO, oh, we should have definitely gotten more Scabbards. The fact that the Scabbard stuff came like just so quickly, I didn't really care too much about the Scabbards. The only Scabbard I cared about was Kinemon. And then Oda absolutely just slaughtered his death. Like, just, that was atrocious writing. That is probably one of the worst moments in Wano for me. Please answer my question. All right, what do we got? Law no dips Blackbeard. No, I think Blackbeard is the strongest person in the verse right now. So that I am the wrong person to ask. Kiku is bad too. But Kinemon, like, being someone who actually cared about Kinemon, like, I cared more about Kinemon than Kiku. And I think Kinemon had not one, but two moments that could have been really well-written deaths. And then not only that, but the fake out that was written to explain it was also an ass pull that didn't make any sense. And then not only that, but his contribution to the story later was non-existent. So there was no reason for to take away those moments and give us a silly explanation of a fake out. I think that's probably one of the biggest fumbles of Wano, along with Yamato's character as a whole. And then there's other stuff that's like underwhelming, but still there's a lot of good in Wano, right? Roof Piece was so hype when we saw it. Luffy versus Kaido is still a pretty good fight. The Oden flashback, personally, I loved. I know some people don't like it. I love the Oden flashback. Yeah, and it was just like the intermissions were always gas. Wano's just a mixed bag. Lord and Savior Shanks, not quite, because I'm gonna take the narrative of Blackbeard, and he's gonna be king for me there. Shanks is probably 2 though. Go full Fujimoto, not be able to kill characters. Well, the worst one was Fairy Tail. But Eden Zero, he is on demon time. He's on different time with Eden Zero. So I think he actually kind of learned from that one. The Church of Shanks. Hey, listen, maybe you can convince me in the top 30 when we finally do it. Oden wouldn't be Oden if he wasn't boiled. Oden's story was fantastic, even though it was like, I think the way he acted in the end definitely frustrated me a bit as a reader. But I think he was a great character, and the stuff we got from the flashback was great. I still think Momonosuke's arc as a whole is really well written. I think he's probably the most well written character that came out of Wano. I don't think Blackbeard will overpower Luffy, but outsmart him. Possibility. I'll give you that. For me, it's just like Blackbeard is going to be probably Luffy's biggest test, in my opinion. And for that to happen, he's got to be the guy, right? Like, there's no way he's got to be the guy for that to happen. The Kurozumi were born to burn was also very rough. Yeah, that was a rough one. Those, you know what, those I feel like those were the ones that like, it felt like being in the community just made it worse because people try to defend it. The Kinemon fake out death, the Big Mom mothering mode, and Kurozumi were born to burn. The amount of people defending those, it was just like, it's just making it worse for me. It wasn't, I'm not even like going at those people that like enjoyed it, whatever, or like didn't mind it. That's fine. I'm specifically talking about people that were like, if you didn't like those moments, they were like, oh, you just don't fucking understand writing. Any Straw Hats are going to die? I don't think so. But if I had to pick, Luffy and Usopp were probably the most likely. Hey Mason, I got you, man. We out here reading the chapter. I am just a regular old One Piece fan just like you. If the chapter is out, I want to read the chapter. End of story, Luffy. End of story is tough. I gotta really think about that to answer that, to be honest. I think Zoro's in there. I think it's probably Luffy. The thing is, we don't know who's gonna make it, right? Is Mihawk still gonna be alive? Is Shanks still gonna be alive? You know what I'm saying? It's just hard to predict. Oh yeah, and the Japanese stuff, like people would take one Japanese translation and be like, look, you guys can't read. Like, the thing with the Korazumi stuff, it was just like, bro, even if it's like a play on words, it doesn't like change the fact they did not learn their lesson, bro. That's the whole point. It's not the play on words or whatever. I don't care about that. Usopp theory about his hockey bloom ability to create false realities, kind of basing it off the movie. Listen, I'm ready for any type of Usopp craziness, man. I'm here for it. So I'm down for any theory. Luffy kid Zoro lost Sabo. That's an interesting 5. I don't know if Law's gonna keep rising at the thing is, like, what is end of story? Is it like when they're all in their primes and like Shanks and Mihawk are like 80 years old? Or is it like, are they still in their 20s and stuff, you know? So like, that's a tricky question. Because if it's like end of story and they're still like 20, 19 years old, I think the only couple of people that could make it into that conversation are Luffy and Zoro. Zoro Mihawk fighting in a draw will be an absolute disaster, bro. No way. No way. I'm not having that. After all that build-up since Baratier, they just draw. That's the same thing as like Shiryu's gonna kill Mihawk. And like this fight we've been building up since Baratier is now just gonna get passed off to Shiryu. Zoro loses to S-Hawk. I do think that's gonna be coming though. That's gotta be a moment where like Zoro's like, oh snap, okay, so you've like learned his skills and you got a devil fruit. But your swordsmanship doesn't actually hold a candle to the real thing, or he delivers a bar like that and then actually cuts him down. I feel like that's gotta be coming. Usopp being a top 4 Straw Hat? I don't think so. I don't think so. He'll be the best sniper in the world eventually, maybe. I need to see the attack power. Like, the attack power of Usopp right now is down in the mud. Like, the fact that he threw the whole bag at page 1. He literally threw the whole bag at page 1. And page 1 was like, is this a joke? Like, he's like, stop playing around. Legit, like, observation, I want to see it. Like, I want to see him, you know, become much better at observation hockey and learn how to use it. But after that showcase we just saw in Wano, that attack power is tragic, bro. Like, the fact that he literally threw the whole bag at page 1 and he's like, what the fuck are you doing? Even Nami put in work. Like Zeus did a lot of carrying, but at least Nami showed like, oh, hey, I could deal some damage here, you know? Usopp, I think Usopp's the weakest Straw Hat right now. So him climbing the top 4 will be a crazy climb. You have the same skills, but not the same soul. Yo, that's a line. I like that one. What happened to page 1? Yeah, that's another thing. Like, you know, all those guys, like the Toby Ropo. Like, think about Toby Ropo. They were so interesting when they were first introduced. The designs and connections. Irrelevant now, right? Like, we don't even care about them anymore. It's just like, yeah, those guys. Where are they now? Did they get captured or like, you know, there was just not enough time for actually make them that interesting. The fights went by so quickly. Like, Sasaki is so forgettable. But in the beginning, it was like, oh, okay, is he's a fishman? Like, is he Kokoro's son? Could this actually go somewhere? And now you think back and think about a Toby Ropo. He's just like, wow, okay. The only person that stood out is Ulti for how much personality she had, really. Oda gives Zoro questionable observation hockey feats, but also armament, and vice versa for Sanji. Yeah, it's each of them is their specialty, right? So that makes complete sense. With a somewhat hotter like, hey, but that shit's blue. That shit's blue though. All right. Did I see video by Daxsocket Wano's very controversial? I'm over it at this point, you know? Like, I even thought of making a Wano review. I think not only am I over it, I think people are over Wano. Like, even people that didn't like Wano, it's just like, hey, let's enjoy Egghead at this point, you know? Like, Wano's over. Like, we don't need to go and revisit it. Like, we don't need to go and revisit it, go through all its flaws again. I saw O'Hara, like, made it like an hour-long video about it as well. Like, it's too early. It's too early. Maybe in like 3-4 years. Like, you know, did you guys, I'm sure you guys have seen, like, Liam did the Dressrosa documentary. That was perfect because that was like, we're like 3, 4, 5 years away from Dressrosa, where people can go back and reread it and like see in a new light, and like, you know, the flaws are obviously still there, and like he can go back and really revisit that now that we've had a gap to really process it. At this point, like, Wano's over. Let's focus on Egghead. I don't care about Wano. I want to talk about Wano. Like, obviously we're talking about it now, but like, this is just back and forth and stuff like that, you know? This is just conversation we're having, like, you know, just bullshitting and stuff. Like, to actually sit through an entire video only talking about Wano, I'm over that right now, you know? I feel like eventually, maybe in like a year or two, it could be cool to do a big project to revisit Wano and the entirety of it, and how it was structured and people's perception of it. You know, I think that was one of the best videos Liam did on Grand Line Review, is revisiting Dressrosa, and like him actually interviewing different people and their perspectives. That was really well done. I think it's gotten over 1 million views or something like that. You know, it's a really good video. But he did that at a good timing. And I think right now it's not the time to talk about Wano when we're enjoying Egghead and everybody is enjoying Egghead. I've not seen any slander about Egghead at all. You know, it's been fantastic. Horror video, you watched it? Didn't give a strong stance. He was playing both sides. The thing is, playing both sides is not bad. I watched only the beginning of it. I just felt like it was a lot of recap. And like right now, like, I didn't watch the whole video, so I can't give a full judgment. But like, as I watched the beginning of it, I just felt like it was a lot of recap. And like, we just went through Wano. Like, we don't need like, if anything, I want to see different sides of different perspectives from like actual people, you know? But I also think it's just like wrong timing. Yeah, no, it's good to be diplomatic. I would definitely take the same approach, right? Playing both sides. You don't want to just go in and slander something, you know, even though I have things I don't like. Think about it. Like, as a content creator, we're not here to just offer our thoughts. Because like to be able to do that and succeed, you need to be just flat out really entertaining or have really good takes. You have to offer value in some way. So if you're making a documentary about Wano and why it was controversial, you have to look at all different sides and perspectives to really give people the value. But I don't know. It seems like he just kind of mostly went through the chapter and gave his own perspective. But we'll see. Eventually, if I do something like that, it's not coming anytime soon. But I just didn't really care at the time. Yeah, that's another thing about Wano. There's so many things about it that like some people care about, some people don't care about, you know? And that's the thing about One Piece in general. Like the Looney Tunes stuff was a big debate as well, because some people are like, this is One Piece, this is fantastic. Some people are like, listen, bro, I don't want Luffy versus Kaido to be this goofy ass fight this entire time. And it's just like, there's no debate. It's just your preference, you know? Bonnie joins the Straw Hats. Listen, I'm loving the Bonnie stuff we're getting in Egghead so far. I don't think she's gonna join the Straw Hats, but listen, you know, I'm never gonna be angry at a new Straw Hat that gets rid of some of the sausage fest that we have currently. Maybe she'll be forced to go up Seraphim Kuma. That's not gonna happen. I think Kuma's coming to Wano. Not Wano. We're talking about Wano so much, bro. Like, I think Kuma's coming to Egghead, and that's where we're gonna get the full story and everything. Plenty of space in that ship. At this point, it's just like, I feel like after we left Wano without anybody, it just feels too late to have anybody else. I think you needed the entirety of Wano to really, or at least a good portion of Wano to really develop those relationships. Because there's not that many arcs left anyways, you know? We could end up with like Vegapunk and Bonnie traveling with the ship, and they could be one of those allies that travels for a while. Vivi will come back. I think by Elbath, Vivi comes back. So, you know, we'll get a return of a former Straw Hat. But like a brand new Straw Hat, like, even think about like Jinbei and like how much he went through just to join the crew, right? Oda likes to really flesh out these characters. Let's go, bro. Let's go, Miracle. Yeah, Bonnie's here. Bonnie's here, obviously, for the Kuma flashback. But I'm really liking that, like, she's getting her own screen time with the Straw Hats. The interactions have been fun. They've been funny. I'm liking her, you know, her personality. The art that Oda's been giving us has been pretty good, too. Yeah, Oda's on some different levels recently, man. Killing Kuma? Nah, I don't see that coming. Like, she won't even hurt like a fake version of him. Vivi is going to join, but to me, she's too weak. At least Nami and Usopp can hold their own, but I think Vivi will join. Bro, we just went through the new world with Momonosuke. Like, Vivi doesn't have to be fighting a Blackbeard pirate, you know, to be a Straw Hat. She traveled with them for a vast majority of the Grand Line. We just went through, like, we just went through Dressrosa and Zoe. And in the entirety of Wano with an 8-year-old little boy that was just crying nonstop, right? Like, Tama came to the raid on Onigashima and actually contributed. Like, they could protect people. They could protect people. Sun God Nika having 2 forms? I don't know what that speculation is, man. You're going to have to tell me about it. In a straight up fight, Vivi above Nami and Usopp? Nah, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. Usopp's down bad, but like Nami literally has Zeus. Even if she don't do anything, Zeus is gonna put in some work. Who's gonna fight the 10th Titanic captain? What if the 10th Titanic captain's Kuzan and he's actually a good guy? So it's actually a 9v9 while Kuzan and Vivi are figuring out some political stuff. Oh, straight hands. Oh yeah. That's Miss what was her? She was Miss Wednesday, right? Yo, Vivi could throw hands. If we're talking straight throwing hands in a boxing ring, yeah, I could take Vivi on that one. I think Usopp got skinny abs, bro. We haven't seen him put any work. We haven't seen Usopp put any work with those muscles in. Usopp low-key got skinny abs. Like a hybrid form. I don't know. I think this Gear 5 is pretty cool. Maybe we get a different version eventually. People are saying it's white at night and bright and golden at day, and Luffy has yet to show us. Interesting take, but where's that come from though? Like what's the supporting evidence? Hate the fact Lucci's Awakening has a Gear 5 design. It is a little weird. I will say this. When I first saw it, I was like, does all Awakening just have this like smoke thing going around? Because like we've never seen that before. We didn't see that with the Jailer Beast, you know? So I don't know like what's that even coming from. Feels a little inconsistent. That needs more information. But I think the form was so cold that I just didn't care anymore. Do we still live? Where my mod status? More worthy than Chin and Woods? Nah, those are OGs, bro. I'll give you the mod, though. I'll give you the mod. Because you've been here for a minute. I got you, bro. But Chin, I think it's like 5 a.m. for Chin, so... Chin be sleeping. Even Marco got similar flames. All Zone Awakenings probably look that way. The problem is, like, what about the Jailer Beasts? You know? Where there's smoke at? Anybody asking about that chapter, look at the top of the chat, bro. It's right there. You know what? That's a good point. Maybe they just lost control, right? So that's why they just became those animals. They just lost control, so that's why they don't have the smoke. So I guess that could be the explanation. But the smoke still feels kind of random. You know, like why is a leopard, or yeah, I think he's a leopard or jaguar, whatever, have the smoke? Like the sun god made sense, right? Like that's a godly mythical zone. For every single zone to have it does feel a little random. Chin and Safama. Safama's in Egypt. I don't know what the time zone over there is, but he probably knocked out too. Honestly, Chin a real one. Chin usually be joining streams when it's like 3 a.m. anyways. Yeah, if you got control, like, it makes sense. I think it could make sense. I do wish it has a little bit of a... I do wish we do get a little bit of more information on it. Where it's like, this is why it has smoke. Because, like, it still feels kind of random, like zones just have smoke popping out, you know? Mostly morning streams. Always mostly morning streams. Usually 10, 11 the next day. Like, because chapter's been dropping mostly like, you know, like late in the evening. And I'm chilling during then, you know. But this one came out at like 1 p.m., bro. They pushed it. OP Scans is coming for the crown, bro. Like, I said, listen, we're going to drop this shit 36 hours earlier. Law and Blackbeard? Blackbeard's taking the crown, man. Blackbeard's taking that one. Law's in trouble. I will say one thing, the top 30 stream, eventually when we do it, probably after the new year. I would imagine after the new year, like within the first week or so. Safama's list, I'm hyped. I'm hyped for whatever Safama comes up with this time. Cause say what you want about Safama, that man be dropping some very bad takes, but sure as hell is entertaining. I gotta figure out what the lineup's gonna be. Gotta get Teddy in here. I'm not sure Nigel's still here. I think if Nigel's around, I'll bring Nigel. Safama's gotta come in with the unexpected takes. And then who do y'all want to see there? Should I bring JD? It's not gonna be Randy because Randy doesn't do power scaling. Should I bring hit a Par Vision, hit an Island? That One Piece talk, they do a lot of power scaling. I feel like I gotta bring those guys on because they do that shit a lot. You know what I'm saying? I know Larry's gonna have some crazy ass takes for sure. We disagree on a lot because he is feats only. He is literally feats only. He thinks Blackbeard's a fraud. He thinks Dragon's a fraud. All right, so I think I gotta get Larry and Sebastian on here. Gotta get our community on here as well, of course, but I also don't want too many people so it goes for like mad fucking long, you know? So it just depends. Bring Ty. I don't know Ty, bro. Like, I don't even know how to contact him. Also, that is a lot of energy. I don't know if I could handle Ty and Safama at once. That sounds like I'll be knocked out by hour 1. Larry's a good guy. He just got bad takes. Okay, he just got bad takes, and for that we gotta bring him in here because we gotta have that variety. That's what makes shit fun. That's what I'm saying. Larry's got horrendous takes, man. Why you think we bring Safama on here? Did you see? Do people remember his list last year? Hold on. This man had like Vista and Boa at like randomly at like 22 randomly or some shit. Parvision, Sive, Brago, Morge, maybe hitting a Lion and Dak. The whole stream's just roasting. He'll see this stream later. Safama, you know we love you. Kato Zone Fruit. Kato Zone Fruit's fire. Cole and Brago gonna be doing their own streams probably for the top 30. They were the OG originators. So I don't want to crisscross into that too much. You know what I'm saying? So I think I'm gonna just let them do their thing. Hey, cool, you ready? Friday, right? Game on Friday. Or is it Saturday? Today is Wednesday. Is it Friday or Saturday? Might be Saturday. Saturday, 8:30. Gonna be a good one. I don't think Safama's a bandwagon. I feel like he's more of just a casual. Hey, you're at home. At least you're not on the road. This road trip has been crazy for us. This is our last 8 games. Was the Heat, Brooklyn, Toronto. We got Phoenix tonight. Chris Paul's coming back. Then the Warriors. Then a back-to-back against the Clippers and Lakers. This road trip been crazy for us. But we're 3-1 so far. Do a top 31 list just to make it unique. I feel like you just need more depth, right? Is Looney like a Looney's? Like, I feel like your starting lineup's still killing it. Celtics are winner pick. Listen, they're doing great. I think they've shown the most consistency and promise so far this year. I'm not willing to go out and say they're favorites. I still think the Bucks are right there. I still think the West is wide open. Anybody could come out the West. But I still would bet on the Warriors. Because they just got that history. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, there's a plenty of guys that could, you know, one thing could go another way. Like, I don't think the Celtics are just going to run through everybody. Well, the West is crazy right now. Like, it feels like everybody just... One team starts to separate themselves and then they just come back down. The only people that are, like, consistent in the West right now are the Suns. But we saw what happened last season, so you can't trust them. Yeah, Cavs going to be a sleeper. They did beat us twice in overtime. I will say, like, we don't have Robert Williams yet. And, like, that was the beginning of the season where we still kind of figuring stuff out. So I think they caught us at the right time. Like, if we go into a series, I think they probably win a couple games, put up a fight. Like, but I think we'll still come away with it. The real threats I see right now, the Warriors, possibly because of just PTSD from last playoffs, and also the Bucks, who are just as dominant so far. Which is why I'm really looking forward to this game on Saturday and the Christmas game against the Bucks. The Mavs, they're a one-man team right now. Okay, the West, wide open. Could be Denver, could be the Grizzlies, could be the Clippers if they get healthy. Could be the Mavs going on a tear. But we play the Mavs already. We ran through the Mavs when we played them. Yeah, Van Vliet's been pure cheeks. Isn't he shooting like 35% from the field? Van Vliet sold so hard in that game. Clippers, yeah, they can't get healthy. It's just like a matter of, can they get healthy? And if they do they even have any chemistry, you know? Damn, we can go in over 2 hours this time around. Might wrap up soon. It's been a fun ass stream though. Yeah, same thing with the Nets. I still think they have a lot of talent. You know, I think they could, think about it, if you put a healthy Nets team up against the Cavs in the first round, or even the Hawks, that's a sleeper slugfest, you know? Like, who knows? I don't know I can't confidently say who comes out on top in that series. Same with the Heat. Like, the Heat have been fumbling, but like, they still got that experience. Jimmy Butler is still an absolute killer when he has to be. So I think the Heat and the Nets are like the sleepers they could be like the bracket destroyers in the East. But there's probably more trust in the Sixers and Cavs to be semi-contenders, but it's really obviously the Celtics and Bucks leading the way. As far as the West goes, it's like there's like literally 12 playoff teams. Like, Blazers are playing well, the Kings are playing well. The Lakers are starting to turn around. AD is looking like old AD again. But I think the real threats are the Suns, Warriors, Nuggets, Grizzlies. I would say those are the 4 real threats to come out of the West. I think the Grizzlies might be too early. Nuggets, they have to get healthy. Suns, they have to prove they're not a fraud in the playoffs. Oh, Pelicans is a good pick. Pelicans, Zion's been on a tear. It's a five-team race in the West, I guess. And then with the Clippers being a potential bracket destroyer. And the Lakers, if they actually make some moves. But if they don't make any moves, I'm not trusting them. So I'm going to stop. Bro, people don't remember Zion in his second season averaged 27 points and made an all-star team. That guy's a machine when he's healthy. Yeah, the Suns, I think after that last playoff series, the Mavs just got their numbers or something. Yeah, Billy Bobby, you saw that Raptors game, bro. Zion was going crazy. My guy was just demolishing everything. He's just running through everybody. B.I. will be back. I think he has a minor injury. He'll be fine, though. Ja's been on a tear. Desmond Bane is the surprising one. He took a massive step. And with Jaren Jackson back, like the Grizzlies are going to be a scrappy team. If I had to choose who comes out of West, I would probably still say the Warriors, though. And the biggest threat to them, it's just like a drop off. And probably Phoenix. I would say it's probably Phoenix. Let me see how Chris Paul looks. Let me see how Chris Paul looks this game he comes back. Zombie CJ, I don't know. CJ McCollum has been sneaky bad this season. They have a really deep team, I'll give them that. Brandon Ingram has looked really good as well. I just wonder if the lack of experience is gonna haunt them. You know? Zion's never played in a playoff series. Ingram and CJ went through one. I mean, CJ has experience, but like I said, he's been sneaky bad this season. And then Ingram looked real good in the last series, but we'll see. You know, it's just like when the tough gets going, can Zion still, like, can he go out there, play 40 minutes and produce the same level, you know? Against an elite defense where everybody's locked in and they're scouting you for 7 straight games. You know what I'm saying? That's just a different atmosphere, you know? Chris Paul beating the Kim K allocate. Man, that Kanye shit was crazy, bro. He said, you know what? Before I go, found this motherfucker in bed with Kim. That shit was crazy. That was Cliff Paul. Oh, man. All right, people. We've been going for like 2.5. I think I'm going to wrap things up here. Fun ass stream. Always good talking to y'all. We'll be break week next week. We'll see. Maybe I'll do a little Discord discussion or something. Because, of course, no chapter means we don't have as much to talk about. But yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see. Everybody, take care. Content-wise, I'm probably going to get some shorts out first. And then top 15 strongest characters in One Piece of all time is the next topic I'll be discussing. No promises on when that's coming out. I'm aiming for next week. We'll see when it actually comes out. But yeah, everybody, take it easy. Peace out.